Today, we are going to build a clean and modern cafe shop sales dashboard inside Looker Studio. This dashboard will include KPIs, filters, charts, and color themes based on our cafe logo. Let's begin. So let's see how we can do it. So here is our data, sales data. So we have order ID, date, product, category, state, unit sold, unit price, sales. And here we have our sample dashboard. So let me tell you how we can create this awesome dashboard step by step. So first of all, we will go to lookerstudio.google.com, then click on blank report. So here we have pop-up of Google connector. So I am gonna choose the Google Sheet. Then our spreadsheet, that's cafe sales data, create dashboard video. Then the worksheet is sales data. Then I'm gonna click on add. Now a pop-up will appear. Just click on add to report. So let's name it Yogesh Shinde's Cafe Coffee Shop sales sales dashboard. So let's create our header. For that I will click on this shape. I'm going to choose the square shape. Let's create our header. So let's minimize a bit and let's add our background color. So background color are going to use a soft color. So here is our hex code for it. Now let's start logo. Click on image, then upload from computer. Then select your logo. Click on open. And let's minimize it or resize it and put it in on our header. Then let's add a text box. Sales dashboard. Let's increase the size, make it bold. Let's change the font. So I am choosing Georgia. It's still Arial, so let's change it to Georgia and then just move it here. Let's make a copy of it. Let's change the font to Arial. Let's select the text and minimize the size. Let's group these together and now we can move it ahead. So here we have our header. Now let's insert our first KPI card, that's total sales. Add chart, then scorecard, then let's add it in our header because it's the most important metric. Then I will choose sales in metric. Let me edit it. We can edit this by clicking on this pencil icon. Then we need to change it from number to currency. I'm gonna choose the USD. That's here. I'm also gonna change the number format to 0. it. Now let's align the elements in center. Field name, that's sales. Field value, that's 8127, and the comparison also as well. Now let's add border radius of 10 and background would be same. We just gonna change border color. So here we will have a quite darkish color. So we will have dark brown, and let me paste the hex code here and click on note that. So here we go. So we can increase the size of the border as well. So border weight would be 3 or let's say 2. So here we have it. Let's change this. Let's change the title to total sales and increase the size a bit. Now it's look okay. Now let's insert our controls. So first of all, we will need select date range. For that, I will click on add a control, and then I will select date range control, and I paste it here. Then I will select our next control, that's drop down list, and let me add it here. And here I will select the control field would be product. Now let's select both controls and change the background to our default background, and let's add border color. So we don't need to select this, just select our border color that we have here. Border radius of 10, and here we go. Now let's insert our third control, that's categories. For that I will just make a copy of our product control, and in setup I will change the field with category. Now let's make our fourth control. For that I will just copy paste it again. I have made a copy of the category control, and here I will select state. So here are our four controls. Let's align them together. All right. All right. Then I will select all the controls and resize them to fit in our dashboard. All right. Now let's install our first KPI card, that's number of orders. For that I will click on add a chart, then scorecard, and I'm gonna place it here. Or what we can do, we can just delete this, and let's duplicate our scorecard and move it here. Let's change the background of this. Background would be a soft brown color. Now let's change the field. So metric would be order IDs, because we want to know number of orders. I will just go to setup, and I will click on this pencil icon, and I will add either I will rename it or add a display name orders, total orders. and the aggregation would be count distinct. So count distinct, it will calculate all the unique values. Let's move here. Let's make a duplicate of this. Now our next KPI card is units sold. I will click on this and select the field or the metric units sold. So let's make a duplicate of this and let's change the metric with sales and then change the sum with, we are gonna aggregate it with average. So here we have our average order value. So I'm gonna add the display name average order value, and I'm gonna change data type from number to currency, and I'm gonna select USD. Now let's duplicate this KPI card as well, drag it down, and let's select our metric. So in metric we will have units sold, and we will, instead of sum, we will have or aggregate it with average and name it average order size. And data type would be currency USD. Now once we have all these KPIs, we are gonna align them in a order. Let's increase size of these. A bit, all right. So we are done with half session. Let's add our other KPIs. So let's add our next chart, that's pie chart. For that I will click on add chart, then select donut chart and add it here. So our dimension would be category and metric would be sales, because it's a sales dashboard. Now let's change the legend from right to bottom. We have changed the position of the legend, and let's change the color as well. So single color, and this time we are going to select coffee orange color, and I will click on plus sign and add the Xcode. Let's minimize it. Okay, let's keep it as it is. Now let's add title sales by category. Let's make it bold and align it into center. We can also change the background color of this. Background color, and here is our background color. Now let's change the radius to 10, border radius to 10, and border color will be dark brown. Let's make a copy of it. Right click, then click right click, then select duplicate, and our metric would be same because it's a sales dashboard. So our metrics would be sales, but we are going to change the chart type to column chart, sorry, bar chart. And in dimension we will select product. Let's adjust the names, and let's get rid of the legend. Where is the legend now? But before that we can change the title. The title would be sales by product. Sales, let's get rid of the sales legend. So I will just uncheck this, and we want labels. So okay, so we will just toggle this show data labels, and here we have our data labels. Let's go to setup, then click on this pencil icon in the sales metric and change it from number to currency, and display format would be number 0, so we don't have that decimal points. So we are done with this chart as well. Our next chart would be sales by location, and for that I will just duplicate this sales by product chart and change the metric, not metric, product, the dimension. I will change the dimension with date, and let's change the number of bars. So I need 6 bars only, so the chart would be aesthetically appealing because all chart sizes should be same. Now let's align it with other charts. let's select all let's select all 3 charts and resize it, and resize them. Here we have our 3 cards. Let's minimize the size a bit and assign it in center. Now let's insert our last chart, that's monthly sales trend. And for that I am gonna make a copy of this. Let's duplicate it and change the dimension with date, and the breakdown dimension will be category, and our metric would be sales, but we want to change the chart type with stacked vertical bar chart. So here we have our chart. Now let's minimize this chart types section, and in dates I will click the pencil icon and I change the date type to date and time and month. So here is our chart. Let's change the name of the chart, monthly sales trend. Okay, so our default sort is on sales, so I will select it in ascending order. Instead of sales, I want date. I want to sort it based on date. Okay, so here we go. So we are seeing the chart from January to December now. And there is one more thing that we need to do, that change these numbers in our currency. I will click on this metric, and the display number format would be 0, and you can see we have now all the numbers in currency. Let's click on view. So here we have our dashboard. Now let's see how we can interact with it. So when I click on coffee, all the number are changed. So our total sales is $4,096, and let's see the state Florida. So here we have all the numbers. Let's reset it so we can have a look on our final dashboard. If you like the dashboard, just give me number from 1 to 10. 10 is the best and 0 would be the worst.